Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So let's start with the class.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Let's start with the class.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
So today we are going to start with the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. For those who are new, you can attend this class, but for the new students, the actual batch will actually start from I think in a few weeks. So, but since you have joined the class, you can attend this class also and get some thing. But so now let us start with the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Before starting with the class, let us do the prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminit Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So yes, now let us start with the class. The today's 18th chapter, the name is Moksha Karma Sannyasa Yoga. That is the perfection of renunciation. Now see, moksha. What does moksha mean? Moksha means liberation. Sannyasa. Sannyasa means renunciation. Yoga. That is, so basically the perfection of renunciation. And here we are going to talk about the renunciation which liberates one person. Yes. So these are deities of Shri Radha Govinda ISKCON Mangalore. So now see, we have come to the last chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So see, now Bhagavad Gita is just like, an assignment, or a type of work that you submit. Like what to do in your work. First you have the index page that where you mention that what all things you are going to mention in your mention in this assignment or your research work. Then what you have is the main content. And you explain each and every point in detail, and at the end you will have the conclusion and the summary of the entire research work that means of the entire research work that you have done. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is also like this. So see, first chapter was like an introduction to the scene, the entire scenario, that what is Arjuna asking, why is Arjuna asking, and all those things. And then second chapter, if we see, is the index page. It talks about everything: karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, everything in little details. And then we see third, fourth, fifth, and till seventh chapter. All these are like expanding on those things, on each topic. And then now we see the 18th chapter, which is the last chapter. And this chapter is like the final conclusion and the final summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. We'll see all the topics which are discussed in Bhagavad Gita in this chapter. And that is why this is one of the longest chapters. It has 78 verses. This is the longest chapter. And then the second chapter was the second longest chapter, which has 72 verses. Okay. So, and in this chapter only, we will see that how Arjuna finally accepts the instructions of Lord Krishna, and soon, and as Krishna has been instructing throughout the entire Bhagavad Gita that get up and fight, now he gets ready, and then he will now he gets ready to fight the war of the Kurukshetra. So now let us start with the class. So 18th chapter, first shloka. Arjuna uvacha sannyasasya mahabaho tattvam ichhami veditum tyagasya cha hrishikesha prithakkeshi nishudana. Who would like to read the translation? Whoever wants to read the
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes. Whoever wants to read the translation, please raise your hand. Okay. Yes, Rajesh Prabhu, we can read.
Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, Tyaga, and the renounced order of life, sannyasa. O killer of the Keshi demon, master of senses.
Yes. So here, here now Arjuna is asking a question to Krishna that what is the exact purpose of renunciation and the renounced order of life. And see, here he mentions him as master of the senses. So that's what Keshi Nishudana, the killer of Keshi. That's why Krishna is also called Keshav. Why is he called Keshav? Because he's the one who killed the Keshi demon. Yes. Now let us start with the second chapter. Second verse. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam Sanyasam Kavayo Viduhu Sarva Karma Phalatyagam Prabhustyagam Vichakshana. Ananya Mataji, can read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The Supreme Lord said to give up the all results of activities is renunciation. Tyaga by the wise. And the state is called the renounced order of life, sannyasa, by great learned men. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So now see, to give up the result of all activities. Now what does this exactly mean? That see, to give up the result of all activities doesn't mean that you give up working. But see, let's say you are doing a particular work, but like let's say you are suppose giving an exam. Okay, maybe your test is very soon it is coming, and you are going to give a test. Okay, now while studying, if you like a person who is always thinking about the result, will I pass or will I fail, will I get full marks or will I get lesser, will I get this or will I get that, if you are thinking like this, then that is actually bad. Because see, these thoughts about the results are actually diverting you from the actual work, that is studying. Okay, so if you are more into these thoughts about the results than your studies, then you won't be able to study properly. So therefore, but on the other hand, if we take another person who does not think about the result, and he thinks and he only focuses and he only spends 100% concentration on studying only. Now who do you think will get a better result? Of course the second one, because he's putting his 100% efforts on studying, while the other person is 20%, 40% is distracted by the thoughts of the result, and only he is putting 60% of his efforts. So therefore, that is why see, if and at the end we know that whatever is happening is going to happen. If you study properly, you will get your marks. So therefore, why should you worry in any case? And even if you get bad marks or good marks, everything is going under Krishna's plan. Okay, so if everything is going under Krishna's plan, whether it's bad or good, you should recognize that it is everything is undergoing under the action of Lord Krishna's plan. And in case however the result comes, it is all Krishna's mercy. Because at the end, maybe if you are getting bad marks, he wants you to learn something, learn from your mistakes or something. He wants to so that in future you might not do the same mistake. So some ways or the others, Krishna's plan is always beneficial for everybody. Yes. Now,
Prabhuji,
yes,
I have a doubt.
yes.
Prabhuji, as we were told in one of the chapters that Gita knowledge is the highest knowledge. So why is the duty that we have is to study? Why not specifically Gita study?
No, see, okay. Now this is a very nice doubt. Okay, so actually, a study means, see, no, the ones you talk about schools and colleges. See, now that, see, Gita, that is Bhagavad Gita, is the highest of all knowledge. That doesn't mean the other all types of knowledge are not useful, right?
Yes.
Right. Let's say you know Bhagavad Gita very nicely, but let's say you don't know how to operate this Zoom. Okay, if you don't know how to operate this Zoom, how will you attend your classes? Correct, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So every type of knowledge is necessary, but among all these knowledge, the most necessary is the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Therefore, the study of these, and ultimately what you have to do, all the knowledge you have to apply in all other knowledge will give you some kind of result. Let's say what you study in schools and colleges, in future what will this help you? This will help you to get a good degree in college, and ultimately you will get a nice job or something which will give you money, and that money you can use in the service of Lord Krishna. Correct, right? So ultimately, if ultimately you can use everything under the service of Lord Krishna. So that's why all types of knowledge is necessary, but in that case, this knowledge is highest of all knowledge.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes. Now see, here they have said that result of all activities, to give up the result of all activities is called renunciation, and this state is called renounced order of life, sannyasa. Now what people generally think about sannyasa is that you should leave everything, you should go to a forest, simply meditate, and not do anything, like not do anything else. But now see, here Krishna clarifies, yagna dana tapah karma natyajyam कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणम्. Yes, Ranit Prabhu, you can read.
Okay. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up, but should be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls.
Now see, therefore see this, but now Krishna is saying that renunciation does not mean you will give up your actions also, but the actions should be performed. Like see, acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance, yagna, dana, tapah, karma. All these activities should be performed. Therefore, and what is the yagna for? What is the yagna which is recommended in Kali Yuga? Anybody knows?
Hare Krishna Mantra.
Yes, sir. That is the Sankirtan Yagna. That is what is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita, and also recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is an incarnation of Lord Krishna, who is Lord Krishna himself, who appeared 500 years ago in the age of Kali Yuga to deliver all people. So therefore he himself recommended us to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, thereby perform Sankirtana Yagana to deliver ourselves and go back to Godhead. So now these sacrifice, charity, and penance even purify the great souls. So by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you can also get purified, and any person great, any great soul who is already purified, they can get, even they can get more purified by chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is the yajna which is recommended for Kali Yuga. एतानि अपि तु कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतम उत्तमम. Mystery Mataji, you can read. Hare Krishna. Ananya Mataji, if you want, you can read.
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Hare Krishna. You would like to read?
Yes, Mataji, I can read.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yatyana yapi tu karmani sangam.
Read the translation.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, Prabhuji. All these activities should be performed without exciting. They should be performed as matter of duty of son of Prapta. That is my final opinion.
Now here, in the second sloka, we saw Krishna to give up all the results of the activities. So therefore, every activity should be done without any expectation of result. And whatever result we get, we should offer it to Lord Krishna. Suppose, let's take an example of a farmer. He does have he does the growing of crops in his own field, and at the end he gets the result. Now see, let's say he needs food for eating, right? Now Krishna says that he has to give up all result. Doesn't that mean he should give up those food crops, whatever he has cultivated, doesn't that huh? What? Someone was speaking.
Prabhuji, why are you unmuting me?
No, you raised your hand for reading, right?
Yes, but I had a phone call, so I could not.
Okay, fine. Next verse you can read. So yes. So that doesn't mean that he has to give up all the food crops which he has grown, but rather what he can do is that whatever grains and all he has produced, you can use in cooking and offer that as offer the food to Lord Krishna, and then he can eat it. He can honor it as prasadam. So therefore, all these activities should be performed without any expectation of result, as a matter of duty. They should be performed as a matter of duty. Now let's everything see. Let's say you have to study. Okay. Now majority of people that don't like studying. Okay. That, oh no, why to study? And and also some people don't study because they have this fear, like anyways, if I'm studying or not studying, I'm anyways not getting marks. Why should I simply study? But see, everything should but studies should be done as a matter of duty, because it is because we as students, it's our it is our prime duty to study. So therefore, and all these things should be done without any expectations of results. Okay, studying should be done without any expectation of marks in exam. Even if marks come or not come, it's fine, but you should be able to understand things properly, and you should be able to study nicely, so that you can apply this knowledge in future. You can apply this knowledge in future. Yes. नियतस्य तु संन्यास कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागस् तामस परिकीर्तितः. Yes.
Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of body discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the evaluation of renunciation. Bhagavad Gita 18.8. Hare Krishna.
So see, some people, they see, people in the mode of goodness, they perform their duty they perform their prescribed duties as a matter of duty. But see, in the people in the mode of passion, what they do is that because they find it a little troublesome. Okay, let's say you don't like a particular subject. Maybe many of you might not like maths as a subject, so people like, oh no, what is this, or what is this, all these things which this maths is, I didn't understand anything, it's maths is very difficult. And at the end, what you feel is that, oh no, it's maths is not made for me, and because of that you simply give up, on studying maths. But studying maths is important because you have to you have to study for the exams, and maths is also will be used in other subjects. So therefore you should be able to calculate things and do things properly. But people, what they do is that, oh no, this maths is very difficult, I can't understand anything, so I'll just leave it. Rather than putting more efforts and trying to understand, they will just because by seeing the question they'll be like, no, I don't want to solve this because it's very difficult. But who knows that maybe by some method they could have actually solved the question. But people in the mode of passion, they just leave their prescribed duties because they find, as soon as they find it a little troublesome, they'll be like, oh, I just don't want to do it. So this kind of such action never leads to elevation of renunciation. Yes. So now see, people in the three modes, they perform their prescribed duties in for various reasons. See, people in the mode of goodness, they perform their prescribed duties out of matter of duty. People in the mode of passion, they give up their prescribed duties because they find it a little troublesome and they are finding fearful. And people in the mode of ignorance, they don't know what is right, what is wrong. They don't know if we have to study or not, and if we have to do anything. They are simply in illusion, and such people do not do prescribed duties because they themselves are in illusion. Yes. Now, symptoms of proper renunciation. Now, yes, one who first symptom is one who is in the mode of goodness. People in the mode of goodness only can show proper renunciation. People in the mode of passion, they will renounce things just because they don't they can't afford it, or they can't they find it very troublesome. And then neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work. So which means that one does not hate anyone or anything that troubles his body, works in proper place at proper time, at proper time without fearing a troublesome effect. So he's not, he doesn't hate inauspicious word, neither he is attached to auspicious word, and has no doubts about God. He is very clear that my prescribed duties is to perform this. So I must do this in any case. So he doesn't have any doubts about his prescribed duties. Would you like to read this?
Prabhuji, can I read?
We just discussed this. It's fine. Would like to read this?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Miss Shivataji can read. There was some echo in someone's mind.
For one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, occur after death. But those who are in renounced order of life have no such results to suffer or enjoy.
Now, for those people who perform activities and they don't offer the results or give up the results, for those people they will have to receive the karmic reaction of the work. Let's say let's say you prepared food, okay, and let's say you're not offering to Lord Krishna. What will happen is that, see, let's say even if it's veg or non-veg, if it's non-veg, you have caused some pain to the animal, so you'll of course receive the the sinful reaction of that. And in case, let's say you are eating veg also, okay, now whenever, if you are even eating veg, okay, now suppose, let's say you pluck an for vegetables, let's say you pluck an apple from a tree, okay. So don't you think that the tree would get some a little pain, because see, you are cutting you are plucking a part of the tree, part of the tree out of it. So mm, so that's in that, let's say I just cut a little bit of skin of yours, okay, you will surely feel pain, okay. So that so similarly, if you pluck an apple from a tree, though it doesn't harm the tree in any cost, and it doesn't, but still a little inconvenience is caused to the tree, and because of that little inconvenience, you'll have to face the karmic reactions. But if you offer, now let's say you pluck the apple and you offer it to Lord Krishna, after that it doesn't have any karmic reaction, and it becomes spiritual. And after that, if you honor it as prasadam, you won't receive any karmic reaction, and you will basically you won't get any type of sinful reaction for that particular activity. Yes. Who would like to read this translation? Gautam Prabhu, you can read.
O mighty and Arjuna, learn from me of the 5 factors which bring about the accomplishment of all action. These are declared in Sankhya philosophy to be the place of action, the performer, the senses, the endeavor, and ultimately the successor.
Yes. So every action has these 5 factors, okay. Every particular action has some factors. Let's say you want to produce something, there are factors of production also, like you need a certain land for producing things, you need people working for you and all those things. Now let's take an example of our temple only, which is getting constructed, which is under construction. The brahmachari ashram has been built successfully, and we have transferred the deities there temporarily, but the entire temple is under process, and soon I think maybe by this year or next, this year end or next year, we'll be able to see the complete temple. So let's say this is a particular action only, right? Building a temple. Okay. Now, see, these are for any action, there are 5 factors. The place of action. Now, where will you construct the temple? Okay. First factor. Then the performer. Who will perform? Who will build all these temples? Of course, the people who are special, the laborers who are working for it. And then the senses. For performing that action, you need your senses properly. You need to see things properly. You need to make plans according. You need to use your brain. You need to use your senses and everything. You need to use your hands for painting and construction. And then the endeavor, that is the effort that you have to apply during building a temple, and ultimately the super soul. Now let's say now everything is under the control of the supreme super soul. Okay. Super soul controls everything. Okay. Now let's say God doesn't want a particular action to happen. Okay. Now, in case if he doesn't like if he doesn't like the efforts, maybe what happens is that, let's say one day let's say earth God forbid nothing happens, let's say some earthquake or tsunami comes. Okay. Now the entire structure gets destroyed. Okay. So everything is under the control of super soul. So if you need the sanction of the super soul, and then only a particular action can happen. Now let's take a simple activity. Okay, this was too high advanced. Now let's take a simple activity. Let's say studying. Okay, first you will think where to study, place of action. Maybe you will have a study table or study room, where you will be studying that with the textbook and all. Now the performer is you who is studying the senses. Now while studying, let's say you are watching a lecture based on that topic. Okay. So in that case, you use your ears and your eyes. Let's say you are reading the book, you use your mouth for speaking, and you use your eyes for reading the text, and then you use your various sense organs in that ways to and let's say you are writing some notes also, then also you use your hands. So basically you use all your sense organs for performing that action. Then the endeavor, the effort you put in, the hard work you put in for study, and ultimately the super soul. Let's say if the God doesn't, let's say, and ultimately thus God should sanction, God should allow you. Otherwise, see, without God, without the sanction of God, you can't even move your hand. This much movement of hand also you can't do if God doesn't allow you. Okay. So ultimately it's the super soul only which is helping you. And also one more thing, let's say you are studying. Okay. Now for studying you might have to remember so many things. Okay. Now how will you remember those things? Krishna says in the 15th chapter, 15th verse, that Vedaisha sarve raham eva vedyo Vedanta, that he says that matta smriti jnanama pohanam cha, that I only give you remembrance and I only make you forget. Okay. So therefore forgetfulness and remembrance both are given by Lord Krishna. Okay. So in that way also super souls helps you by remembering, by making you remember all the things, by giving you remembrance. Yes. So these are the 5. So these are the 5 factors of action. Now let's come to the 40th verse. न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यद् एभिः स्यात् त्रिभिर्गुणैः. Would like to read the translation?
Ma'am, can I read?
Yes.
There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems, which is freed from these 3 modes born of material nature.
So all people who are living in this material world, they're all bound by modes of material nature, unless it's a special case like let's say Srila Prabhupada, okay. Certain people, certain devotees who come to the material world for preaching, especially for preaching the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to various people, and people like Arjuna, the Pandavas and all. These people are exceptions, but other than that, all people who are in this material world. The material world also consists of the upper planetary system where the demigods live, which is the heavenly planets, and the lower planetary systems, which are the hellish planets where the demons live. And also our own planet, that is our earthly planet, where we human beings and animals, all of us live together. So all from coming from Brahmaloka till the last, that is Patal, everything is under the mode of material nature. Nobody is freed from the modes of material nature, whoever is in this material world. स्वे स्वे कर्माणि अभिरात संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्म निरत सिद्धिं यथा विन्दन्ति तच्छृणु. Yes, who would like to read the translation?
Ma'am, I can read.
Yes.
By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
So, by following his qualities of work. Okay. Now see here, people in the society, they usually say, in the olden times there used to be this caste system and all those things. Okay, that the son of a goldsmith used to be only a goldsmith. He can't do anything else. Son of a trader used to be only a trader. Son of a king would be the next king. So people say that in the before times these caste system and all used to prepare. But see, this is the thing. Here Krishna is saying that by following according to your qualities of work. Let's say let's say if you are good at doing business, then you can go in the business field. Let's say you are good in let's say you're good in educating people, then you can take a teaching profession. So therefore, by following your quality of work, where you think every man can become perfect, because see, wherever your inclination is, according to that only you will work. People say, there is a very nice quote that, see, if you love what you are working, then you are not working. Now what does this mean? See, if you are inclined towards what you are working, let's say you have interest in educating others, and if you like that profession, then what will happen is that even if you are even if you are taking so much efforts while in your teaching profession, you won't feel you won't feel like as if you are working also. You will enjoy your work. So therefore that's what this means, that by following your qualities of work, every man can become perfect. And please hear how this can be done. Yata pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam स्वकर्मता तम अभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दन्ति मानवा. Would like to read?
Can I read?
Yes.
By worship of the Lord, who is all source of all things and who is all pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection.
Yes. So a person by worship of the Lord, a person who is worshipping the Lord along with his duties can attain perfection. Krishna says in 8th chapter 7th verse that he says to Arjuna that you fight the war, but along with that you remember me. Yeah, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya cha mai arpita mano buddhir mamai vaishyasya asamshaya. That tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, that while you are performing your duty as a kshatriya, that is to fight the war, mam anusmara, see, smaran means remember. So mam anusmara yudhyacha, that while you are fighting the war, remember me also. Okay, remember me every time. Maya arpita manobuddhi, that by making your mind fixed on Lord Krishna, which is also, see, remembrance is also a form of worship. Okay, so by fixing your mind on Lord Krishna and remembering him, Mai arpita mano buddhir mamai vaishyasya asamshaya, that you will attain perfection. So same thing is said here, that by worship of the Lord, in the perform a man can, in the performance his own duty, can attain perfection. Yes. Shreyan swadharmo viguna paradharmat swanushchitat swabhava niyatam karma kurvan namnoti kilmisham. Would like to read the translation?
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept others' occupation and perform perfectly prescribed duties according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So nowadays, you might have heard of people saying, mind your own business. Okay, why are you, coming and interfering in my work? Okay, so in other terms, Krishna is indirectly told this only: mind your own business. So people think that all these things have come through the new trends, but these things is already there in our Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, all these knowledge which people think which is new has already been there in Bhagavad Gita. So here what they are saying, it's better to engage in one's own occupation, even though imperfectly, but rather than to accept another occupation and perform it perfectly. Okay, so you should do what you are doing, whether it's imperfect or perfect, you should do. Okay, but you should not interfere in others' work and do work for them. So therefore, so you see, it's like this only, that people, let's say, you want to know which animal is the best animal, okay, and you keep only one condition, that one who climbs the tree first will win. Now see, in this there is bird also, there's monkey also, there's penguin also, mm, there is elephant also, there is fish also, there is a dog also. Now, do you think that all of them will be able to climb the tree? See, fish, first of all, it can't even come out of its water, because if, as soon as it will come out, it will die very soon. And if you see the elephant, and the elephant itself is so huge that it can't even it can shake the tree. So how can it fit how can it fit also, and how can it even climb? Okay, so therefore if you see, no, therefore keeping only one, nowadays people, what they think is that either you become engineer, or you become or you go in medical field. Okay, this is what they are doing with this scenario, what they are showing here, this is what they are doing. Actually, see, there are some people who are good at drawing, there are some people who are doing good at architecture, there are some people who are good at managing commerce field and all. And there are some people who are good sportsmen. Now, but what people in the society, they have kept only one barrier. The first, the one who chooses engineering field or medical field, they are only considered top class. Other all people are useless. So this is not good, because people have different inclinations, and according to different inclinations, people have to do their own, choose their own streams and their own professions. Okay, so that ways people say that in the earlier time caste system used to prevail, but the thing is that the caste system is actually not existing in the previous world. But actually what happened is that after in the history it is said that after the Britishers came, then what they did is that they usually quote this Manu Samhita. Okay, but what they quote their own version of Manu Samhita, which they have edited. And in that what they have done is that they have called some brahmana, some priest and all, and with the help of the priest, they have changed the scripts of Manu Samhita. And then they oftenly quote this Manu Samhita, and they say that, see, in this in this really this is said in Manu Samhita that caste that people should follow the caste system and all. And soon it started spreading also. Therefore, actually, originally caste system didn't exist, but it is after the influence of Britishers only that we have we have changed ourselves into caste system, where everything is by birth and by right. Everything, all rights are by birth. If you are in a good family, you get good rights. If you are in bad family, you don't get any rights. But originally in our Vedic times, Varnashrama Dharma used to exist. Now, Varnashram Dharma means Krishna says in the 4th chapter also that Guna Karma Vibhagasha, that this division is not based on birth, it is based on Guna. Guna means qualities, and Karma, that is activities. So, therefore, we used to follow Varnashram Dharma, not caste system. Yes. आसक्त बुद्धि सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगत स्पृहा नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमं संन्यासेनाधिगच्छति. That one who is self-controlled and completely unattached can engage in Jnana Yoga. Yes. And the result is one can attain highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction. There's some unnecessary chatting going on in the chat, please avoid doing these things. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now let's so let's move on to the next verse. Bhaktya this very nice verse. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad anantaram. That what does this shloka say? Okay. That who would like to read this?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes.
Only way to know.
Read the question and answer both. Okay.
Okay. What is the eligibility to understand absolute truth? Only the way to know Krishna, pure devotional service, under the guidance of a pure devotee, without devotional service, absolute truth is also said. What is eligibility to enter Lord's abode? One who is fully conversant with the science of Krishna.
Now see, Krishna says that, how do you know about Lord Krishna? Bhaktya mam avijanati. That the only way to understand the absolute truth, that is Lord Krishna himself, is through devotional service. That is through bhakti yoga. And without, and how should, what is that bhakti? How should that bhakti be? Under the guidance of a pure devotee. Krishna says in 4th chapter 34th verse, Tadvitti pratipanena pariprashnena sevaya upajakshanti seyanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. That what you should, how do you understand the knowledge of the Shastras is that that surrender unto a bona fide spiritual master. Surrender under the guidance of pure devotees only you can understand the absolute truth. Okay. Okay. Therefore, nowadays, there is this new thing called Chat GPT. Okay. But now that doesn't mean that Chat GPT can any mechanical device like Chat GPT or any robots and all, they can give you devotional service. Devotional service is a heart to heart connection. Therefore, only a person, a person who is performing Krishna consciousness, who has feelings, who has who has feelings, and who can realize the pure love of God, and only such people can understand understand Lord Krishna. And under these people only you can understand Lord Krishna. It's not like any person will say in Bhagavad Gita it is told in the 51st verse that only way to know Krishna is pure devotional service. No, that is not how it works. Okay, so we should understand that only by devotional service and under a pure devotee only you can understand Lord Krishna. Therefore, a person who has felt the love of God only can. Okay. Now see, for going in a play or in a you say a fair, right? Mela. You need a ticket. Okay. That the security man outside will be like, where is your ticket? First give your ticket, then only he'll allow you to enter. And same way, if you want to enter into Lord Krishna's abode, that is Goloka, you need the ticket of bhakti. Then only you will be allowed into the abode of Lord Krishna. Yes. Sarva karmani api sada kurvano mad vyapashaya mad prasadada vapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. That what does Krishna say? I personally protect my devotees from all reactions and lead him directly to the supreme abode. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, pure devotees under my protection, he reaches the internal abode by my grace. So therefore, it is only due to Krishna's mercy that under Krishna's protection only a pure devotee can, a pure devotee is always under the divine protection of Lord Krishna. Therefore, he has nothing to fear. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sannyasa matpara buddhi yogam upashritya machitam satatam bhava. That people, any pure devotee should create this mood of dependence, that he is completely dependent on Lord Krishna, and that is very much true, because see, as I told you before also, that without the sanction of the super soul, you can't even move your hand 1 centimeter also, you can't move. Only if super soul allows you, then only you can move your hands, legs, and all those things. Okay. Therefore, we are completely dependent on Lord Krishna, and all activities just depend on Lord Krishna. Work is always under his protection, and in such devotional service, the devotee will be fully conscious of Lord Krishna. So any work that is happening, anything that is happening, is all under Krishna's plan. Though he cannot control our activities, though he doesn't control our actions, but the reactions or the results we get through those actions, everything is under Krishna's control. Therefore, we should not think bad of anything, because everything which is done is under Krishna's plan, and whatever Krishna does is beneficial for that particular soul. Matchita sarva durgani matprasadat tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaran nashosyasi vinakshyasi. That if you become conscious of me, you will pass over the obstacles of conditions life by my grace. That's it. Now, this is a very nice symbolism they have given, that they have compared the ocean of material world, as an ocean of, as an ocean that you have to cross. Okay, but the thing is that you cannot. It's so long that you can, for people who do not surrender unto God, you cannot, cross it over. But for people who surrender unto God, what will happen is that the entire ocean will get absorbed in the space, like that is enough, as will get absorbed into the area as much as a calf's hoof print. Okay, a calf's hoof print is like very small, this much. Okay, so for those who surrender unto Lord Krishna, the entire ocean of material existence or material world will get absorbed under the area covered by a calf's hoof print, and then he'll be able to easily cross over the land and go back to Godhead. So therefore, it is only under Lord Krishna's mercy that you can come out of the material world and go to the spiritual world. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshirjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. The Supreme Lord. Okay, who would like to read the translation?
Ma'am, I can read.
Yes.
The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material and energy.
So now see, our body is just like a machine. There are so many things inside us which is happening automatically. Okay, let's say there are so many systems like circulatory system, digestive system, skeletal system, muscular system. Everything is going under is like a machine, and you don't even feel everything is happening. You don't feel that heart is pumping and it's going to your all the parts of your body. You don't feel all these things. Okay, you don't feel like, let's say, let's say you have eaten food, okay? After eating food, will you be like, okay, so now the stomach will produce hydrochloric juice. Now the liver should produce bile juice. Are you controlling all these things? No. Now the food shall go to the intestine. All these things, it's not under your control.
गॅस वगैरे मजाच ना हवे नाही तर
All these things are not under your control, okay? Everything is happening automatically, okay? So therefore they have compared man as a machine, okay? And supreme lord is situated in everyone's heart, okay? The super soul in the hearts of all the people. Yes. Now next verse. Tam eva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsyasi shashwatam. Who would like to read the translation?
Can I read?
Please read.
O King of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly by his grace, you will attain
Yes. That what does okay, O scion of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain the transcendental world and the supreme and the eternal abode. Transcendental peace. So, by surrendering unto Lord Krishna, you will be able to, or the super soul which is present in everyone's heart, you will get transcendental peace, the supreme and the eternal abode. Okay, this is a photo of the king of this king of it was during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela that the king of the Jagannath Puri, he was a very humble and a very nice devotee, and he was clean. He took the humble position of a cleaner who is cleaning all these, who is cleaning the way of Lord Jagannath. Okay, so see, this is a very beautiful picture, and here there are devotees who are carrying the Lord Jagannath towards the Ratha. So you see, here the king is himself, he himself is he himself is cleaning the area of Lord Jagannath. Now, this is one of the very important verses. Manvana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai vaishasi satyante pratijane priyosi me. Who would like to read the translation?
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Always think of me, become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage to me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
Okay. Now see, the interesting fact about this shloka is that it is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita. Though not exact words, but half of the shloka is repeated. See this. Okay. Can you see this shloka? Can you see my screen, everybody? Hare Krishna. Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So in the 9th chapter, 34th shloka, we see there's the same verse. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. In that mamai vaishyasi satyamte. Here yuktevam atmanam matparayanam. Satyamte pratijane priyosime. That's the only difference. From here only the difference is. So see, same verse is that engage your mind in me, become my devotee, offer obeisances and worship me. So therefore, see, Krishna has repeated this twice in Bhagavad Gita. So you can understand the importance of this shloka. Okay. So now what does Krishna say? Become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage to me. Okay. Now see, let us understand this. Okay. Let's say there is a devotee. Okay. He's like, Krishna says, always think of me. Okay. You are like, no, I can think of everything else, but I cannot think of you. I don't have that abilities. Okay. That I will always keep thinking of you. No. because people in Kali Yuga, they are so restless, their mind will wander from one place to another. In that case, how can we always think of Lord Krishna? Okay, now Krishna says, okay, then become my devotee. Like, I can become anybody's devotee, but not your devotee, because being a devotee means I have to do this, I have to do so many services, and no, this is not possible. Okay, then someone says, okay, worship me, do some puja every day, and all. Like, oh Krishna, I don't have time for all this, worshipping and all. Yeah, I'm busy all time, 24-hour, people say that I'm busy all time, I cannot find a single I can't find a single minute for doing anything. Okay, then Krishna says, okay, then I give you the simplest option. Offer your homage to me. Sometimes, sometimes you go to the sometimes you go to temple, just or just do the Danvat Pranam, or just come and visit, come and darshan, sometimes. Okay, once in a week or once in a month. Okay, like, okay, that I can do. Okay, now what will happen is that the person will offer obeisances unto Lord Krishna. Soon he'll start worshipping him, and the one who starts worshipping him, soon he'll become a devotee. And once he becomes a devotee, soon he'll always start thinking about Lord Krishna. So this is a cycle which is made by Lord Krishna, that Krishna has made this cycle, that he has given us the simplest of all options, that just sometimes come and offer obeisances unto me, and slowly Krishna will ultimately take you to the platform of perfection in bhakti yoga. Okay, now this is actually this is not the last verse of law spoken by Lord Krishna, but this is the last instruction by Lord Krishna. Okay, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tyam sarva papebhyo moksha isyami masucha. Now, who would like to read this translation?
Ma'am, I can read.
Yes, you can read. Continue.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender into me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear.
Okay, so now what does Krishna is saying? Just abandon all type of things and just surrender unto me. Okay, that's it. Okay, once you surrender unto me, I shall take care of everything. Okay, I shall deliver you from all the sins you have done, and you don't fear. Okay, ma shucha, do not fear. So if once you surrender unto Lord Krishna, you should not fear about anything. Don't be fearful of anything. Okay, because you have Krishna on your side. Okay, there is a very nice saying that when you bend down to the Lord, Lord will stand for you, and once the Lord will stand for you, no one will be able to stand against you. Okay, so therefore, once you surrender unto Lord Krishna, just he will take care of everything. All your sinful reactions he will take care, and everything he will take care, and you don't have to worry about anything. So this is the last instruction by Lord Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita, last instruction, not the last sloka. Okay. Idam te nata paskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shruve vachyam na cha mam yobhyasuyati. That why do people envy? Because he is the supreme and nothing is above him. Okay, whoever is on top, okay, in any field, if you see whoever is on top, they're at least envied by someone. Okay, now who should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita? The one who are envious, faithless, and who doesn't have any understanding of Krishna as the supreme authority. Okay, and also people who do not understand Lord Krishna from who do not understand Lord Krishna from pure devotees. They'll take any person as their guru and they'll start thinking about Lord Krishna. Therefore, it is not good. Okay. Yes. Now this 70th verse. Now, what does Krishna say? What is the benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita? Adhyesyate cha ya imam dharmyam samvadam avayo jnani yagnena tenaham ishtasyam iti me matihi. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation worships me by his intelligence. Okay, that once you study, you will start worshipping me. Shraddhavan anusuyascha shrunuyad api yo naraha sopi mukta shubhalokan prapnuyad punya karmana. That one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from all sinful reactions and attains to planets where the pious dwell. Okay, so this is the benefit of understanding and studying Bhagavad Gita. Now 73rd verse. Now this is also a very nice verse where Arjuna finally surrenders. Okay, Arjuna says, Nashtamoha smritirlabdva tvatprasada admayachyuta sthitosi me gata sande karishye vachanantava. That Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, illusion is now gone. My illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy, and now I am firm and free from doubt and prepared to act according to your instruction. Karishye vachanantava. That as you say, I will follow. So ultimately, by reading Bhagavad Gita, just like how Arjuna surrenders, we should also try to surrender. That we should follow each and every instruction given by Lord Krishna. Okay. And finally, after 45 minutes, Arjuna decides to fight. 45 minutes, how is this possible? So see, the thing is that Bhagavad Gita is so vast that we ourselves take more than 45 minutes to explain one chapter, but they understood this entire knowledge of this entire conversation was only of 45 minutes. And after that, if you see, Arjuna understands. Okay. Now, this is the last verse. Everybody once repeat after me. Okay. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayor Bhutir Dhruvanitir Mama. Hare Krishna. Yes. So this is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita said by Sanjaya. After he listened to all the conversation, now what is his conclusion? That wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme master, there will also be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion. So this is what he says to Dhritarashtra, that wherever these Krishna and Arjuna are there, it's not possible for you to, it's not possible for the other side to win. Okay. So therefore, add Krishna to your life and you will always remain successful. Okay. You will always remain successful, virtuous, and powerful. Okay. Now, what is the takeaway message from Bhagavad Gita? We are spirit souls. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and devotional service is the best process to attain perfection. So everybody, let's chant Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So with this, we come to the conclusion of the 18th chapter, and we come to the conclusion of the 18th, the Bhagavad Gita also. For those who are new or those who didn't attend previous exams, please join for those classes. Okay, let's say you didn't attend the exam for the first 6 chapters. Please join again for the first 6 chapters. so that you can then you can start with your Bhagavad Gita course, and once you attend all 3 quizzes, then only you'll receive certificate for level 2. And soon, for those who are old students and who have who are going to complete the level 2 classes, soon we are going to start with the level 3 classes. Updates about the level 3 classes will be given to you soon. We are starting to plan with Krishna book in the level 3 classes. And those who are new, from I think next week there might be exam for all of the old students. But maybe next to next week we'll start with the first chapter again. Okay.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
Prabhuji, already I have my Krishna book and I have read half of the book.
Wow. Very nice. Very bold. Okay. Now let's.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
that means that who are the old students have attended the classes of first, second, and all that chapters, you have to attend it again.
Means if you didn't attend those classes, then attend it again. In case you didn't give the exam, also attend it again. Okay.
Then if we have given the exam and the classes, then that time we will have a holiday or there will be different classes.
There will be different classes for you. Don't worry. Level 3 classes will start soon. Okay. Yes. So I have sent you the attendance link in the chat. You may please fill the form and then you can inform me and then you can leave the class. Today I will send all the I'll send PPTs from 13th chapter to 18th chapter all together, so that you can take it for reference. And maybe next week or maybe next to next week we might have exam. Okay. So according to that we'll see. Okay. Yes. So please fill the attendance form. Let me just do the concluding prayers. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Kuti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Please fill the attendance form. Inform me and then you can leave. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I filled Prabhuji the attendance form.
Okay, no problem. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.